Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Afternoon Market Action. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest, and glad to have you here. Also, this is Western Wednesday, hashtag Western Wednesday VV. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. So I got on my shirt, I got on my bolo, I got a new hat. I'm gonna put this on real quick. I got a new hat. All right. And it messes up the background, the chroma of the screen, so I won't keep it on. But here's my new hat for Western Wednesday. So remember, hashtag Western Wednesday VV. That's the way we want to go. All right. So with that, let's keep on rocking and rolling. Very volatile day in the market today, up and down and up and down and back and forth. We're going to talk about a lot of what's going on in the market, what things are affecting the market adversely or in a positive way. And with this kind of wick-wacky day, I'm going to give you some good stocks to at least keep your eyes on. And does the market really have legs to the upside? And if it does, what does the Fed do? There's a lot to get through today. So we'll make it happen. Go Cowboys. This is our year. Oh, Fernando, I wanted to let you know that the NFL already reported that the Cowboys have been eliminated from the playoffs already for this year coming up. So I just wanted to put that up there. I just wanted to put that out there for you. They've already been eliminated. Already. And the season just ended. The Cowboys have been eliminated. All right, so with that being said, and I have to say that because I'm a Giants fan. So we'll go with that. All right, the Cowboys. And if Lisa's here, the Patriots are horrible as well. Horrible. So I'll be able to know if she's here or not. Quickly, your thoughts on Bed Bath & Beyond. Should I be in it? You know, Chuck, I am interested in Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm keeping my eye on it. I'm definitely keeping my eye on it because they are in a point where they're actually contemplating bankruptcy. And from that perspective, I don't know if you should be in it or not. I think I still love the store. I got the hat. I still love the store, but I'm nervous about if they can't pay their bills and they go bankrupt, then what? So that's my answer in regards to that, Chuck. That is my answer. If you're gonna play it, just be super careful with it. Should I start buying TLT? I like TLT as well. As long as, when you look at any stock, when you ask the question, and I'm going to take off my hat in a second. If you ask the question on any stock, you don't need me for that. Look at a graph. A graph would always help you. Tesla is booming. Shall I stay? I'm a Tesla fan. I did a video on Tesla not too long ago on why I liked Tesla. I still like Tesla, even when it was getting beaten up because a lot of the onus of spotlight was taken off of Tesla and put back on the Twitter. I still liked it, and I am still a fan of Tesla. Lithium is another good play. You know what I would do, Joshua? I would open up into the VectorVest software, and I'm going to do that for you today. I'm going to look at the whole lithium space, and I'm going to give you what my favorite or what I think the VectorVest system is telling you what the best lithium stock is. So I will do that. 45%. Thank you for the 45% gain in Airbnb. There you go. Did I talk about Airbnb? I don't know if I did. I don't know if that was me or not. I don't remember if it was me or not. So Tesla's great potential. I still think that Tesla's a great stock, fundamentally sound, and it makes money. They got caught up in a whole lot of stuff, and Tesla's going to be a stock that I'm going to look at today as well. John says, thanks to VV, I'm up 75% on Tesla this year on my low RT. I've talked about Tesla. I like Tesla. I do. All right. So if we look at what's going on in the market, we got a green light with all this bouncing in the market, up and down, up and down. We went back to a green light. We went back to a green light. As far as lithium, I'm going to remember, Skyliner, if you remind me, and I'm going to look at TLT as well. Remind me in regards to lithium. Let's go see by way of the VectorVest system what the best lithium play is by way of VectorVest. Man, and my AI, there you go, life coach. AI is rocking. AI is still rocking. And you know, I need to ask this question. We got 206 people in the room. You know me, I want to get us up to 300. I need you guys to help me to do that. How many of you, by way of looking at some of the videos that we've put out so far this year, how many of you have made some really good money on some of those plays? Type of 1. How many of you have made no money on any of the stocks that we've talked about in our videos? Type of 2. And this is a good, honest question. You know, because again, we put a lot of work into putting these videos out, folks. We really, really do. And I'm thankful for you guys supporting it. But it's not by happen chance. I'm loving that I'm seeing the ones up in the room. We try very hard to put good content. And there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that are just blasé. We try to go above and beyond just being blasé. So I'm glad to see that people are typing 1s. Nobody typed a 2. And, you know, if that's the case, that's the case. I made good money on Palantir call options. Joshua, that's going to be another stock we're going to look at today as well. I just got the app a couple of weeks ago and I've started making money. Way to go, Dylan. I'm loving that. And for anybody out there who's not a subscriber to the software, I love hearing it from VectorVest subscribers. All right, for any of you who are sitting on the fence, you do know that we offer the VectorVest system for 99 cents for 30 days. 99 cents for 30 days. MYO has sudden surge with low volume. 1-year forecast, $5. What's your thoughts? Eddie, I have not looked at that stock, so I cannot give you an honest assessment on that stock. I can't. And if we have the time, I'll take a look at that. All right. Wow, look at that. Tyree says 80% of my stocks come from the videos. That I really love to hear. That I really love to hear. All right, so Tesla has gapped up for a few times over the past month. Again, we're going to talk about Tesla and why Tesla can still be moving up. All right, so we've looked at, you know, now we just, as we're talking live, now we've got 2 green lights. Primary wave is now back to up. So let's talk about why the market is doing what the market is doing. Let's go look at, oops, wrong one. Let's look here. Here's the VectorVest composite. Couple of things happen. Let's go put on the MTI. The market is still at a level, was at a level of being overbought. Twice in the last time using this indicator, the market pulled back. Prior to this most recent one, the 3 and the 8 held. All right, market went back up. This time, the 3 and the 8 fell. We've got even lower on the MTI outside of the range of being overbought. But guess what? Give it another day or so, it's going to be back in overbought territory. A couple of things happen. One, we failed. Hammer formation, the 3-8 crossed. If this market still has legs to the upside, if the market still has legs to the upside, I need to see it break through the level of 59.96. All right, that's going to be the 3-month high on the composite. Now, what's going on and what could stymie what's going on? All right, what could stop this from going on? Well, the economy is still growing. Inflation is getting better. All right, it's leveling out. Leveling out is not good. The Fed is trying to bring inflation down. It is slightly going down month over month or year over year, but it was a little higher than the forecast. So it was a little bit of a mix. All right, no, Drew, not yet. Drew says back up the truck. Not yet. So what else could happen? Well, we know that the Fed, by way of going after inflation, is still going to continue to raise interest rates. All right, let's talk about that a second. Let's get into my news. All right. The Fed is still going to continue raising interest rate. Inflation persists as consumer prices remained above expectations in January. So it got lower year over year or quarter over quarter, but higher than expectations. The Fed is bringing themselves into a very interesting spot. The economy is shrinking, but is it? Especially in the jobs market, is it? And if the economy is not shrinking enough, or the job market or is still pushing the economy hotter, that means that inflation is going to get hotter. And because inflation ran away from them this time, and they called it, what did they call it? Transitory. They are not getting caught with their pants down again with inflation by stopping raising interest rates at this point. Do you agree or disagree with that? Type of 1 if you agree, type of 2 if you disagree. Now, and there's no right or wrong answer. Again, I'm just giving some insight as to what can keep the market down. The Fed, even if it's another quarter basis points, folks, he's still raising interest rates. Raising interest rates is choking off the economy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh, it may be less than what it was before. It may not be as drastic as the raising of 75 basis points. It's still going up. And I think that at this particular point in time, he said the terminal rate was going to be at 5%. I think if the economy is still growing, I put that in air quotes, if the economy is still growing, he's going to announce that, well, our terminal rate is going to be at 6%. Most people in the market have already looked at he was going to have to go to 6 to 7% anyway. He hasn't moved off of that terminal number of 5% as of yet. And when he does, I think the reality sits in and goes, holy smokes, this is bad, that the market falls. Now, when we were at the Tampa 2-day, David Paul made a call. David Paul said that the market, he felt that the market goes up for the first 4 months of this year before it really starts to fall. And it looks like that's playing out right now. I disagreed with him at the Tampa 2-day and said that there was no good news in the market to push the market higher. There's enough anticipation. There's enough expectation. There's enough hopation pushing the market higher. With the jobs number, if people are buying stuff, U.S. retail sales rebounded sharply in January. People are buying stuff. If people are buying stuff, they're putting back into the economy. The economy grows. The stores make more money and da-da-da-da-da-da. All of that. There's a ripple effect. There's a ripple effect. And if the economy is growing, the last month's 3% rise on spending followed 2 months of declines and adds to growth signals. So the things that I'm saying, I'm not just haphazardly saying. I'm saying it because it's here. And I don't want you to miss this, and I don't want you to just graze over it. These are things that are going to affect the market now and going forward. With that information, you can get a better feel of, well, the market's going back up, but, and there's a big but. I like big buts. I can't not lie. Can I say that? Well, even if I couldn't say that, I did say that. There's a but, and there's a, and I got to hit the funny but because that was funny. That was done. That was done accidentally, but funnily. I just, listen, there is a but. The but is that the market, the Fed is going to stop this, folks. No, Fitz, it's better than crickets. It's better than cricket. That was better than crickets because it was just funny. It was just funny. All right, so this is another sign that the economy is growing and the Fed is right. This is a different time. The Fed usually doesn't raise rates into a growing economy. The Fed raises rates to shrink and bring the economy down. All right. Sir Mix-a-Lot wants his royals. Tell him to come get them. Boom. Boom, baby. Boom, boom. Tell him to come get his royalties. Yeah. All right. Tell him to come get his royalties. All right, what else is going on? So in the Fed world, Brainerd is leaving to go to be the president's lead person on economics. She was the dovish part of the Fed, saying that we need to be less aggressive. You take that away, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. I keep hearing what's going on with oil. Let me tell you what's going on with oil. Oil demand to hit high new record this year as China reopens. How long was this story? This story was done today. So as I always look at these stories and I'm like, how far back are these? This is today. So with that being said, the demand is which should bring oil prices higher. So what can we do to keep oil prices low so the gas doesn't go up? I'll tell you what we can do. We can intend to sell 26 million more barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. So when was that story done? Yesterday. Folks, I can't believe that I'm reporting a story that says that we're going to sell more of our own oil. Well, the whole idea of doing that is to put it, if the demand is picking up, right? If the demand is picking up, keep putting it out there so we can keep oil low. And in here somewhere, where was it? Here we go. Remember, I've been looking for a story that the Fed, that the government is buying back the oil. It hasn't happened yet. The administration had earlier stated that it was looking to refill the SPR if oil can be purchased around $70 per barrel. I put that number out there, right? However, some experts have questioned such targets given the persistently high oil prices. So this tells me the reason why I couldn't find any story about the government buying back the oil is because it doesn't look like it has. But we've made a lot of money on the oil that we've that we've sold. We've made a lot of money. This scares me. God forbid something really, really bad happens and we've got to depend on some oil reserves. We're selling it away. Keep sliding away. Slip sliding away. Who sang that? Who sang that song? Somebody will put that out there. And I know the name is sitting on the top of my tongue. Thank you, Paul Simon. There it was. Thank you, Fitz. It was Paul Simon. I know it was sitting right there. Simon and no, it was. I don't think it was them together. I think it was Paul Simon. I don't think it was Simon and Garfunkel. All right. So other stocks, issues with China keep getting greater will affect oil. But Chuck, if they are the biggest importer of everything, to include natural, commodities, them getting back online is going to be huge for all commodities. All commodities. All right. And I wanted to put these stories side by side so that you can gladly see what's really, really going on. The demand is going to get there. The demand raises prices. How do we keep the prices lower? Here, we keep releasing our reserves because OPEC is not doing it. And we all know that Russia is cutting back on theirs. So if the demand is going to start to move up, demand with low supply, prices go up. But if we keep the supply out there, it's going to stabilize oil prices. What did Drew say? Someone said, thank you, Drew. What did Drew said something. Agree with the supply chain needs improvement. Joanne says there's only 47 years of oil left and renewables have not done what oil does. So something, I think that's more than enough time as we still grow in our understanding and knowledge and implementation of renewables. I think we've taken big steps, big bounds, Joanne, in regards to solar, wind, electric, all of those. The hydrogen is coming on board. I think that we've done a lot in a short amount of time. So I'm okay with the 47, you said 47 million years? Oh, what are we worried? No, 47 million years of oil. I don't listen to anyone they're saying low on oil. 47 years. I think we got a lot of oil. But you know something? I don't think anybody thinks about this. You know how the earth is sitting the way that it's sitting? All right, with all of the pockets of oil and all that stuff. If we keep moving all that oil out, what happens to the foundation of the planet? Has anybody thought about that? I'm just thinking out loud. These oil pockets are in pockets and the earth is settled around all of these. And when we move all of the oil out of those pockets and create empty space, or do we just pump more water in there? I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just thinking if we take it out, what comes out must go back in. So I'm thinking that we have to replace it because if we don't, that would be bad. That would be bad. Again, I don't know the full deal about how this all works. Oil is pressured also by a strong dollar. I know that as well. But strong dollar hurts gold and other commodities. You do understand that, right, Skyliner? Oil pockets. How about some hot pockets? Really, Fireblazer? Fireblazer, for that, you get the crickets. All right, let's talk about some stocks. Shopify quarter four earnings today. Website traffic showing promise. We'll have to see what happens with that. This is a big story. Warren Buffett is taking out a TSM. They're taking out a Taiwan Semi, putting it back into Apple and US Bank. Taiwan Semi stock feels that effect. Warren Buffett is taking some money out of that. I still like the chip space. Something else. We're going to find out what the best chip stock is too. Semis. All right, just like we're going to do for lithium, I'm going to see what the best lithium stock is altogether by way of the VectorVest system. And I'm also going to see what the best semi is as well. All right. Tesla. Tesla commits to open 7,500 chargers in the U.S. to other electric vehicles by the end of 2024. And a lot of people say that the demand for EVs is sparking that the grid can't handle it. I totally understand that. But for the most part, the cars that are charging, are charging at night in the off-peak hours. The cars that are charging during the peak hours, could it shut the grid down? I think the grid is trying to very quickly adapt to what's about to come. Is it there yet? No. But I think very quickly, especially with the infrastructure money that's being sent out to the states, that the infrastructure is working very diligently and quickly to build up so the cars can do that. Tesla gets a big subsidy for doing that. Yes, there's another part of that. There's another story that I was going to put, but it had Biden's name in it. So I don't want to do political, but said that there was going to be a big subsidy to Tesla for doing that. Yes, there is. They want the chargers to be compatible to all brands of EV. Is there anything wrong with that? Can you say something about vanadium stock? I ain't never heard of that stock, Fitz. Who asked me that? Matthew, vanadium. I need a ticker symbol. Vanadium. Get me a ticker symbol. I might see if I can try to take a look at that for you today. All right, and the last story I've got. Now, this is just an off. Roger says, I love me some vanadium in the morning. Oh, Lord, I don't know. See, am I saying something wrong? Oh, Lord. Am I going to get canceled for saying that? Roger, you going to get me canceled? Sigh. I'm not listening to you right now. So, Nectarios, I see you at the end of the video. Vanadium is a metal. All right. Thank you, Eton. I got scared. As soon as Roger said, I love me some vanadium in the morning, I got scared. I was like, is this something? Does this increase prices, common people electricity? I don't know, Chuck. I think that when they charge, they get charged to charge. I don't think that it raises the price of electricity to regular people. I don't think so, but I've not done a lot of research into that. All right, Mr. Young, I think he and Patrick are seeing if they can get through a whole show without me interrupting their show. That's all right, Mark. Listen, I want everybody to know that I'm listening to them as best I can. But the only way, and then what did I ask you? I asked you to get me 300 people in the room, and now we're back down to below 200. Yeah, you're asking me a lot of questions. I'm doing the best that I can to answer all of them. Sigh. And Mark, you can talk whenever your little heart desires. You know me. How about uranium stocks? I'm a big fan of, and I've done a nice video on uranium stocks as well. All right, I've done a nice video already on uranium stocks. Go peep it out. I've given you a nice listing of uranium stocks to take a look at. All right, now the reason why I like this story, or I wanted to bring it to your attention, this is a regional sports network owner. Diamond Sports prepares for possible bankruptcy. I'm thinking that a lot of small companies out there with the higher interest rates, you're going to start to see more and more stories like this. Bed Bath & Beyond, which I like as a company, is going through this. And I'm thinking that as you continue to raise interest rates, these smaller companies are not going to be able to keep up with the loans that they have to pay back. So watch this. I'm just saying that be on the lookout. A lot more companies are going to be putting themselves in that umbrella of going out of business, which is why when you ask me the question about Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm a little nervous to tell you to stay in it, especially because it's moving up. I'm going to be a little nervous to tell you to stay in it, especially if it's going through that process. All right, let's get into the software now. And we took a look at the market. Let's go to my viewers tab. Let's go take a look at what's going on in the market. These were all red earlier today. These were all red. Boston says we need more likes for today. How many likes do we have? 52. We've only got 52 likes. Man, listen, what more do you want as far as content? That's my question. What more do you want as far as content? We talked about what's going on in the market. I gave some insights on why I think the market still has some more downside. We looked at some market timing. Folks, a like doesn't cost you anything. It really, really doesn't, except for to say that it was worth it for you to be here today. All right, so I'm not going to say anything more about the likes. I'm not going to twist. You know me, I won't twist your arm. But it's just a way of you letting us know that it was worth it for you to stop by today. All right. Interesting that all of the indices earlier today were in the red. Right now, it's a mixture between green and red. Another little bit of a rebound day. Let's go back to the market timing graph real quick. I'm going to put this on the intraday 1 minute bars current day just so that you can see. There's the market taking off. Take off the MTI. There's the market taking off. Look at the big drop down. Look at the big drop down after the open. There's the gap. We faded the gap and we haven't looked back yet, folks. We faded the gap and haven't looked back yet. And you know something? We've got a day trading timing signal called the DTI. You have to have the Derby in order to get it. But the day trading timing signal gave us an up call at about 12:41 this afternoon. Beautiful call. Beautiful call. So yes, can we help for those of you who are not subscribers to the market, if you want an idea of looking at real-time market timing, $30 gets you a trial to real-time and the Derby. This tool right here, real-time and the Derby. You can get access to this DTI combo. For those of you who are day traders, we have a day trading timing signal. I keep being asked that, Tony, to look at some Canadian stocks, and I keep forgetting until the next time somebody asks me. At some point in time, I think I need to do it. I do. And thank you for reminding me. I just got to remember at one of these times I need to do US and Canadian stocks. I got a lot of Canadian subscribers here. There's a lot, so I would like that. To do that as well. John says, Glenn, I have noticed a trend of stores closing earlier and restaurants being closed midweek. I don't see how consumer spending would be strong. Now, you know, my wife and I had this conversation. When I told her about the jobs numbers, she's saying, where are those jobs coming from? And my wife is a realist, and she travels around in her territory for customers. And she looks, and she's a respiratory therapist. And she's like, where are these jobs coming from? Because she's looking at it on a street level, whereas the jobs number comes from an atmospheric level. Type of 1 if you're tracking with me right now. Type of 1 in the room if you're tracking with me. Type of 2 if you're not. Because this is very interesting. When she's out talking to people and, friends and patients, she sees how they're living. She sees what they're going through. So her question to me is, how is the government saying that, where are all of these jobs coming from? And then I have to explain to her that it's on a macro level these numbers come from. Even though you're looking at a micro level, they may not jive. And I think there's a lot of people in that same boat. There's a lot of people in that same boat that, I see what's going on around me and what I'm hearing doesn't match up. So I say that for the purposes of, what do you believe? Do you believe what you see, or do you believe what you're told? And I'm not trying to spark a debate. All right, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to spark a debate. This is just food for thought. All right, this is just food for thought. And it plays a role. It plays a role in how the markets respond to that, whether bullish or bearish. It plays a role in how you manage the stocks, whether you're bullish or bearish. It plays a role on what you consider to do, whether it's buying or selling stock. So I'm just putting out there, again, this is informational to help you guys make decisions in what you do. All right. So this is not for me and us to argue. It is for us to at least pay attention to what's going on, what you see, what you're told. Put these things together to make better decisions. If you agree with what I said, type a 1. If you totally disagree with what I said, type a 2, and that's fine. If you agree with what I said, type a 1. If you don't agree with me, type a 2. All right? Because Karen typed a 2, and then Karen turned around and said, thank you. All right? That's why I wanted to take a moment to explain what I said, because, again, it wasn't all about sparking a debate. It was for you guys to really know. And again, here at VectorVest, folks, we really do. We try. That can get political really fast, but you know something? I kept it from being political. You know me, I don't want to do politics. I kept it from being political. I got to a point and stopped. All right, I got to a point and stopped. All right, but intraday, look at the move in the market. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. Good job numbers. Yep, and there's another part of that. Good jobs number, but you're laying off a lot of people. Now, the people that we're laying off, especially in the tech field, I did some research. The whole tech space only amounts to a small portion of the full job force. All right, all those big layoffs in the tech space amount to a small portion of the full job force. So it's kind of interesting. Retirees moving to North Carolina, second most popular destination state. The first one is what? Florida. I love living in North Carolina. All right, market's rocking and rolling, but I wanted to talk to you about that. We do have a real-time market timing signal called the DTI. $29 gets you a trial to real-time and the Derby for 30 days. You can get the real-time signal. Good job, Glenn. We can be political on Twitter. Absolutely. I don't want to be political here. All right. TXN. That's not Tyson. TXN. I don't know what that is. Man, you guys are giving me stuff that I ain't never heard of. It's in a semiconductor space. I'll take a look at it. Banks are laying off too, says Joanne. There's a lot of people laying off, but we got 517,000 new jobs. You know, it's what you hear compared to what you see. Texas Instruments. Thank you, Fitz. That's Texas Instruments. Are they still around? I didn't know they were still around. How about the markets getting ready to hit a new intraday high today? Look at that. Look at that. Strong legs in the market to the upside. All right, let's talk about my big news stories in the stocks. All right, you know me. This Tesla, overvalued, fundamentally sound though, and it makes money. Overvalued, fundamentally sound, that makes money. I still like Tesla. They grow their earnings at a clip of 39% a year. I don't know what you can't like about it, except for relative timing is just above 1, but overall a good solid stock. Taiwan Semi, Warren Buffett's taking money out of it. The stock feels it. Fundamentally sound as well. And if you look at the whole tech space or the semi space has been beaten up. So I told you that I was going to look to see what the best semi stock was. I'm going to right click and view all the stocks in the industry group. All right, let's go view all of the stocks in that industry group. Hold on. And let's go see what the best stock by VST is on. So that was the question. What's the best stock in the space? I think there's 62 stocks in the space by VST, value, safety, and timing. And look at the top 5. Very high in VST. very high in VST. The space is strong. So let's do this. As I look at the space, let's go look at the industry graph. And again, this is without me putting my own insight. We're using the VectorVest system to answer a question about the best semiconductor stock. Let's go look. So we looked at all the 62. Wow, look at the equity curve. Put this in a 3-month. The space as an industry tracking all 62 stocks is good. I keep calling it it's on at the top of the list, the best. What more do you need to know about the space? All right, the space is moving and ON is the best one. If you want to pick a different stock, by all means do so. I'm honing in on what's the best. Who asked me the question about semiconductors? Hopefully that answers your question. Shopify is moving up nicely before earnings. Apple, Warren Buffett's picking it up, and US Bancorp, Warren Buffett's picking it up as well. So these are the stocks. We saw the stories. Here's the stocks that are making the news. Now, customer picks. I am going to do that real quick because I need a ticker symbol for Vanadium. I don't know if I have it. Vanadium. Nope, I ain't got it. All right, so you want me to look at it? I can't because I don't have it. TLT, MYO, right down, TXM. I'm only looking for a few more stocks. Uranium. All right, a lot of job growth is just people going back to work, who are unemployed, not new jobs. So that's another thing that I said to my wife. A lot of people went down the path of being entrepreneurs when COVID hit. And now a lot of those companies are dissolving and those people are going back to work. IE is Vanadium. All right, all right, I got you. 4. Do you really want 4? I guess you want 4. SoFi, Atomic 20, no. And LGO, another one for Vanadium is another drilling, another one. So there's another one. And JEPI, JEPI, what is that? All right, there we go. Those are my stocks that I'm going to look at for you today. Let's do uranium. I want to do uranium. Why? You notice that uranium has got the lowest in VST by the list of stocks that you just gave me. Interesting, huh? All right. But another question was, what is the best lithium stock? Well, let's go find out. Let's go find out if the industry is moving. Let's go look at a industry graph first. I still like uranium as an alternative to clean energy. All right. I'm a big fan of that. With nuclear reactors, nuclear power plants being brought online, uranium is still, I like it. Let's put on a 3-month graph. There it is, moving up, almost at 3-month highs. 388 coming off a level of support. I don't like the lessening in volume, but I do like the move. Very little wick at the top. So now we know that the industry, also mines vanadium. Thank you, Roger. All right, so we know that the industry is moving, right? Let's go see, right-click, view the stocks in the industry group. Let's see how many stocks, are in the industry group. It's 34. There's 34 stocks in the industry. UUU is number 5 out of 34. Bingo, I like that. All right, I like that. CCJ is at the top of the list. CCJ is at the top of the list, but you gave me UUU. It's number 5 out of 34. So the same analysis that I did on semiconductors, I can do on lithium. I can do on uranium. I'm going to do it on lithium in a second, but I can do it on uranium. If I'm looking at all 34 stocks, 1, we looked at the industry. The industry looks good. 2, we then honed in on all of the stocks in the industry to look at the best one by VST. UUUU is in the list at the top 5. Not a bad play. Let's go, and I'm going to do one more. What did you give me? Lithium? I'm going to put on lit, LTHM. You want the live in. All right, I'm going to put on lithium, do the same thing. Lithium, there it is. Right click, view the industry graph. I don't know if it's going to do that from an ETF perspective. We'll see. All right, let's go look at the industry as a group. What is the industry doing? Put it on 3 months. Ooh, See, that's not what I want. I need a lithium stock. Give me a lithium stock. Give me a lithium stock. Somebody. Going once, going twice, 3 times a lady. And I love you. Li, thank you. No, that's not a lithium stock. Is that Livent? Is that it? Oh, LAC is. I know for sure. Is Livent one of those? I want to take LAC. All right. Now let's go look at the industry group. Man, I'm losing you because a lot of people are leaving. I don't think you like all of this. But I want to, I want to answer your questions. I want to show off the power of the software. I just put this on 3-month graph. Lithium, it's coming back again. It's pulled back to a level of support right about here. And it's an industry of $7.56, bouncing up. All right. So now let's right click, view the stocks in the industry group. Let's go find out what the best lithium stock is. SGML, SMSL, now you're giving me them. Let's go look at this. Has got 154 stocks. 154 stocks. Let's go see what the best one is by VST. PLL, PILBF, I still like. All right. But the stocks that you're giving me, like SGML, SM, man. All right, let me bump this up to 10. Let me see if SGML pops up. Remember, though, we've got 154 stocks. There's SMGL. At least it fits in the top 10. Look at that. At least it fits in the top 10. Livent fits in the top 3. All right, so if I'm looking for plays in this space, I think this analysis that I'm doing by way of looking at the industry group first to see if it's going up or down, and then looking at all of the peers of the stocks in the space is a good way to go as well. All right, so these are the stocks that you gave me. The stocks at the top of the list, VST of 1 or better. Shift 4, Livent, SoFi. SoFi is up nicely today. If I sort this by percent price change, Livent, where did it just go? Oh, there it is. The 3rd fastest moving stock in this list today. Well, I'm looking at the TLT. Somebody said, should you buy the TLT? Ooh, let's go look at this on a longer level. I would say no today. 1 month, no. 3 month, no. What am I looking for before I look to buy TLT? I'm looking for the 3 and the 8 to run. Not yet. I've got a level. Somebody's going to probably ask me, well, what's your level of support? Sitting at about 99.31. All right. That's a good level of support on a 3-month graph. I'm not thinking about buying TLT until it stops going down. Not until it stops going down. SoFi. Let's go look at the graph of SoFi. View the stock graph. All right. Let's view the stock graph. Looks good today. Go on a 3-month graph. Wow. Beautiful thing here. Found a level of support sitting at 645. Found not a pristine hammer, but a hammer nonetheless. Nice update, 3 and the 8. I'd say go for it. Very little wick at the top, very little selling pressure. I like the move. All right. What's my profit target? Probably sitting at this 3-month high of 824. But I love the bounce forming this hammer and moving up. I like it. I know Shop reports tonight, Betsy. That's why I made my list of stocks on my news stories. All right. Texas Instruments, 1.28. Let's go view the stock graph. Do I like that? It looks good today. All right. It's in a little bit of a channel. The 3 and the 8 are about to cross. This is not an earnings play. Nope, it's not an earnings play. The 3 and 8 are about to cross. I'm not ready yet. I love the update today. If you're in it, that's great. But it did come off a level of support, bounced around, sitting in another channel. I'd really like for confirmation for the 3 to go above the 8. So we looked at a few of your stocks. What time is it? It's almost time for me to be done. But we did look at some of your stocks today. We did interest going down. Who says interest is going down? Does anybody think that interest rates are going down? Joanne, and I'm not putting you out there. I'm just responding to your question. Does anybody think that we're at a level where interest can go down? And I'm wondering, is that what your interest going down on the stock? I got you, Dr. Vic. I'm not going to look at shorts today. These are all the stocks that I was going to look at. And if you already know that it's short, go for it. Go for it. All right. Go for it. That's when TLT goes up. Oh, when interest goes, yeah. Well, interest ain't going, I doubt very seriously that interest ain't going down. No time, no way. All right. Interest in your video. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the case. I'm looking at the amount of people out here. I think the interest in my video is running away. It's going down. All right. I'm going to end. I got a lot of other stuff, but I wanted to spend some time talking to you today. You wanted to look at some stocks, so we did look at some stocks. He said next year for interest rates to go down. We'll see. I'm not thinking that, and a lot of people think that before the end of the year that he's going to start cutting interest rates. I don't see how he can. And I don't see it now. Now I understand that we're in it's 12 months that makes a year. We're only in the second month. Right now, I don't see how he could start cutting by the end of the year. But who's to say things don't get better and he can? Why would you cut? To stimulate the economy. If the economy right now is still stimulating, you can't cut. You can't cut. You can't. All right, I am going to give you some stocks that I like for you today. Here's my hot stocks. Let's keep our eyes on them for the week. Look at that. Palantir, man, I've talked about Palantir when this stock was a lot less than it was. Palantir, I keep saying that they've been ahead of their time, that the world just doesn't know what they can do. And they keep getting contract after contract after contract. And you keep saying to yourself, why is the stock not going up? And guess what? They reported earnings first time, and now it's starting to take off. All right, a couple of shipping companies are in here. Again, a lot of these are technical plays. View the stock graph, but they came up from a search that I have specifically to find hot stocks. Look at that. Nordic American Tankers, beautiful looking equity curve. Look at that, no selling pressure. A little bit of indecision on OSG. No selling pressure on Palantir, nicely going up, very little wick at the top. I'm telling you, these are stocks to keep your eyes on. RLGT, Transportation Services, no wick at the top. I'd love to see it break through this level of resistance sitting at 599. And the last stock is Mankind. Looked good today earlier, pulled back into the red, right at a level of resistance, but the 3 and the 8 are solid. I'd like to see it take out that level of resistance. All right, so those are my stocks for you today. These are more of my aggressive picks. I'm not going to look at anything else. We're sitting right at 247. I like to try to be done by 245, so I'm a little bit off from there. But that's where we stand today. All right, that's where we stand today. Market's going, it was looking bearish. At least, if nothing else, I've set in the framework of the things that most likely will continue to push the market lower. And I don't think that I'm off base with the things that I said specifically pertaining to the Fed. And as we look at the news that the economy is still growing, the Fed's going to have to continue to raise interest rates. So, did we get 100 likes? We're at 93. We'll probably get to 100 before we leave. All right. You guys are falling off like flies right now. So I think it's time for me. Right now, we've got 3. Right now, we got 3 green lights. We started off with 1. We went to 2, and now we're up to 3 as we finish out for the day. The market is picking up some momentum to the upside. The MTI is not back at the level of being overbought, but we already know that the market is overbought. And we will see what happens. All it's going to take is the slither of bad news to push the market back down. That's all it's going to take. All right. Thank you guys for being here and supporting us. All right. And what we do, the video is fine. The easiest thing to do is to be a critic. Dylan, does anybody think that I'm a critic? Does anybody think that I'm a critic? I try hard to be very open, very objective about what I say. I think that it's important. That you don't just wait on me with bated breath or any words that I say, because it's not about me. It's about the VectorVest system. It's not about me. It's about the VectorVest system. My job is to show you the power behind the VectorVest system, because I say things like, We do the work, you reap the rewards. That's real. We really do the work for you to help you guys make better decisions. All right. So with that, Western Wednesday, remember hashtag Western Wednesday VV. It's on our social media. Go check it out. Hit the like button there too as well. Don't worry, Glenn. I don't listen to you. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. Is it time to sell? Joanne, nothing is telling me it's time to sell yet, especially when I've got 3 green lights in the color guard. There's nothing telling me. So it's not about, again, listen, if you are a VectorVest subscriber, all of the signals that you need are right there. Type a 1 in the room if you agree with that. All right, type a 1 in the room if you agree with that. If you are a VectorVest customer, every signal that you need to know when to buy and when to sell is in the system for you. It's right there. And Joanne, to still answer your question, there's nothing telling me to sell right now. And Joanne, look right at that chat right there. Look at that chat right there. Energy, Western Wednesday for Dallas. Oh, no. Oh, heck to the no. Oh, no. Don't be messing up my hashtag. All right, don't thank you, CL Butler. Don't be messing up my hashtag, Energy. All right, so, all right, I gotta go. I'm gonna leave my hat on. I'm trying to keep the chroma from looking all jacked up. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, shalom, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks, see ya.